Hello and welcome everyone to social media in the summer 2023. I know we're going to have a fun time this semester. I am your professor, Laura Risse, and I'm hoping that everyone is going to have a great semester. First things first, this is an asynchronous class. What does that mean? It means that you can go into the class anytime during the week a lesson is due. But there are some deadlines. So if you work best at, during the normal, like say morning hours, like at 9 or 8 or 7, great. If you're a night owl and you like to get started at like 10 p.m., awesome. You just need to make sure that you abide by the deadlines. And there are going to be a couple deadlines, but I'll get to that in just a moment. The other thing that you need to make sure that you get is the textbook. So this is the textbook, Christian Fuchs, Social Media, A Critical Introduction. You can get this in the physical form, ooh, or you could get it as an ebook. You can rent it or purchase it. It is available in the bookstore. I know, I've seen it. It is also available on Amazon or anywhere that you get the books. Textbooks, books. Where do you get books? And as I said, you can get it as an ebook as well. You're going to want to get the 3rd edition. So even this being published in 2021, there are still some changes that have been made in social media. But this is definitely, the 3rd edition is definitely much more up to date than the 2nd and of course the 1st edition. So textbook. The first thing that you're going to want to do is to get yourself familiar with the class, and that means, oh my gosh, reading the syllabus and going over the syllabus and orientation page. So where this video is housed. Oh my goodness. So this is, so you're going to want to look at the instructions that I have here. You're going to want to download the syllabus, get yourself familiar with everything, and then introduce yourself in the discussion board. I know you're like, wait, is that in there? Yeah, it is in there. But also in my intro announcement that I have, welcome everyone, I mention don't forget to go to the discussion board and introduce yourself. As you're getting familiar with everything, you'll start to see deadlines. And one of the things that we're doing a lot of is discussion boards. And since this is an asynchronous class, one of the ways that that we can gauge not only engagement and also participation is by answering the discussion board questions. So as you read through and you do your lessons, you want to make sure that you finish those, the initial discussion questions, and there'll be 3 per lesson, 3 per week, that you are going to answer the question and then end it with a question that would spark discussion from your classmates. Based on those questions, by Sunday, you need to reply to at least 2 of your fellow students' questions that they posted at the end of their posts. So you're going to do that for each discussion question for each lesson. So by Sunday, you will have posted 3 responses to my questions with a question at the end, and then you will have responded to 2 of your classmates' questions per question. So that means there'll be 6. So for lesson 1, question 1, you'll have 2 responses. For lesson 1, question 2, you'll have 2 responses. And from, lesson 1, question 3, 2 responses. So you'll have a minimum of 6. You could respond to more than 2. especially if you see the questions are engaging and exciting. But this is how we're going to participate. One of the things that I took an executive decision and switched up our main assignment, and you'll read about that in your lesson or in the syllabus. So it's a little bit more up to date. You are actually going to be using social media and but trying to do it in a way that that is kind of like thought leadership, and utilizing 2 social media platforms in order to get your message across. So this is something that I'll be talking about in more detail, probably for next week's lesson, so that we have a good understanding of what we're going to do. But read the syllabus, and you should be good to go. After you introduce yourself and then check out the lessons, lesson 1, you'll see is already available for you to start perusing. The discussion board is already up there, and for the lessons, and the discussion board questions are there. The full instructions on how to actually do the discussion boards are there, though, as I said, the introducing yourself is easy peasy. So, asynchronous class. All you need to do is make sure that you follow the lessons. Doesn't matter whether you are in at 2 a.m., 5 p.m., whatever. Just make sure that you meet the deadlines. So, first deadline is going to be Friday. Friday end of day is when your initial discussion board question or responses to my questions are due, with ending with a question of your own to engage your students to think about the topic and what you've written about. Then by Sunday, you will respond to 2 of your classmates' questions per discussion board question. So again, each lesson 3 questions, and so you'll respond to 2 per question, so that will be 6 by Sunday. If you have questions about these questions, feel free to email me. I have office hours on Mondays and Wednesdays via WebEx. It's virtual. There will be times I will be on campus, so if you do want to meet face-to-face, that's something that we can arrange in advance. So, textbook, introduce yourself, go through the syllabus, questions, email me, and it is so nice to meet you all. Oh, and yeah, who am I? I'm Dr. Laura Rissay. I am your professor for this class. Yes, it's pronounced Rissay. So, So, Laura Rissay, I am your professor. I am so excited to be here. Media Studies professor here at Governor State. And yes, I am a user of social media. And what else can I say? As you can see, I like records. So those are vinyl records behind me. And yes, that's my David Bowie Barbie right there. So there you go. And for local music fans, you get a little peek at the Wilco Yankee Hotel Foxtrot box set behind me as well. All right, I think that's enough. So welcome to the class. Hi. And I might do another introduction as well. So see how easy that is? I use social media. My name is Laura Rissay. I like, David Bowie. I like Wilco. I like rhinos. So, what else? Social media I use is Facebook and Instagram. Those are my jams. And obviously, I'm using YouTube. I know some people don't think of YouTube as a social media, but of course it is. So we'll be talking about all different kinds of social media this semester, and looking forward to meet you all.